Kwaniriza ku Extreme Sports TV Geoffrey Mugabi Junior Gemmanya and the sport code togera ku byemizannyo nakwayo nyino omukungu agenda kuba atweyanjulira twogereko ku muzannyo gwa futsal naddala ali ku exco ya ekibiina eky'omuzannyo gw'omupiira gwa futsal akimanyikiddwa nga FAO Futsal Association Uganda naye nga ateerayo omu ku bantu abagezaako okuzimbira ddala Kisenyi Futsal Club okubanga etuukira ddala ku ntiko nebeera face ey'omuzannyo gw'omupiira gwa futsal mu ggwanga Uganda. Welcome to the show, and I'm glad that you at least have honored the show, you know, being a working day, and you said, no, I have to give you time. I come to share some football stories, maybe of the futsal. First of all, before talking about yourself, do you believe, to me, I believe that Kisenyi Futsal Club is the face in terms of clubs of futsal in Uganda. Is that the same case with you?
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mugabi. This is a great honor to come, first of all, to be here. To thank you also for the time. It's been long for the first time we're meeting and coming on to this. Futsal, as Kisenyi, if you've mentioned it, it's basically the name as you see is from Kisenyi. So definitely, first of all, it's community-based. And that is the attraction whereby it has now an attachment. It's whereby you see teams like Arsenal or Chelsea or Manchester United. These are all club community-based. And that is where the name. I grew up, born and raised there. That's how the attraction came. So it's giving back to the community. And that's why, hopefully, we are the face, as you're saying. So.
Briefly, how has been to create and build a strong brand of Kisenyi? You know, coming, you know, people think that these foreigners from different countries build a strong brand that even the Ugandans will love and work together as people. You know, football unites all.
Yes.
But how has been it hard for you to build such a strong brand? Yeah.
Now, because in this world, we have stereotypes. We have people who do not understand what or where we are going. But first of all, if you love the game, it's the binding contract together. And what we've been having in Kisenyi is bringing two nationalities together. First of all, the Ugandan community, whereby it has been born to me as a country, taken care of me as a person, giving it back to them. That's the first thing. The second thing, my origin, where I come from, my people as well, to show them that, you know what, this is a home as well. So it showed that what is in the media about Somalis or any other nationality, but when it comes to a sport, it unites, irrespective of your ethnicity, irrespective of your religion, or even your integration in any way. So that is what has been the foundation of Kisenyi as a club, but also as a community-based and also as a giving back to the community of Kisenyi, because this is a slum within the capital itself. So it has a very big image and brand to reproduce and show that, you know what, we can make it and we can get there. So basically that is it.
If you were to mention at least some of the key pillars that have helped you to build the brand of Kisenyi Futsal Club, what are they?
First of all is commitment.
Yeah.
Commitment is key. Patience is another. We are not yet there. We are not even halfway, I can say.
Not even halfway?
Not even halfway. Because to raise a professional club, to even try to put it at the level that you want to get to, there's so many things that you lay up to get there. So how does that come up? It comes up by, first of all, understanding where your modalities are, what is your purpose, because this is a legacy you want to leave behind for other people, and heritages that you're going to give to people. So it brands you in that way. And commitment and patience is something that is very rare. So you put in 100% for sure. You're not going to get the results today, but in a couple of years, definitely you will raise where you want to go so that the club can be self-sustaining and self-carrying on. Then the team, obviously. The team, the staff that have been there, the CEO, the fan base who have always been coming in, the players themselves who have been showing 100% exertion in what we're trying to do, and also the federation. The federation has been very key to all of us because it has given us the stage to showcase what we can do as clubs, and also building the brand as futsal, since it's a new sport in the country. We've been here for almost 6 to 7 years, and it's picking up pace now. So all that put together gives you a strong foundation to raise where you want to go, whereby showing the platform and what you want to do. Exactly.
Of all sports, why choose futsal? And then how has the fans have accepted the game? They have accepted to be close to the game.
First of all, me personally, I never got chance to probably play pro football or go into a professional athleticism or anything, but I've been always a sports person, and I have been into basketball, volleyball, all the games that you can name. At least I have a key in everything that I know. But futsal, because first of all, for the passion of football as a game as well, but also it's much, much more competitive. It has much more display of attractive football. That's what I can tell you. It's very entertaining, it's very competitive, and it's very, it's a showcase of whereby you show your skills and your talent onto the pitch in that indoor arena. So it, futsal, because also it was a growing sport in the country, so we used that as a tool to upbring and now set up this Kisenyi Futsal Club as well. So basically, because it being new and an attachment of football as well, because the 3 pillars of football, in terms of football, the 11-a-side that we all know, and also the beach soccer, and then futsal.
Yeah, participating in the futsal or taking the game of futsal, what was the reception for the fans? Yeah.
Yeah, for the fans, because they are so close to the game. Actually, they sit meters away from the action, compared to the 11-a-side where there's a lot of boundaries. So they have an easy inception of seeing what's going on in reality. That is one. For the fan base as well, it gives them that initiation to see what is actually happening. So they also have connection to the players. So you can see that raise in a lot of appealing and commitment to the fans and putting up that kind of play. So that's why futsal, and that's why the base comes into that aspect. Yeah.
You know, sometimes we start things with love and maybe looking the sport to participate just. Yes. But now, every sport is a business now. As Kisenyi and Futsal, you have long-term goals that you want to achieve, and how are you going to achieve these goals?
Well, everything at the end of the day is tied down to finances, for sure. Definitely your effort that you put in, you want to get something out of it. But before you before you want to get something out, you need to put in as well. It's not an easy work as well, but just like a farmer, he definitely hopes to put what I can say is the seed in the ground to generate and bring in out a very pious or very good fruit, which will give them fruits at the end of the day. So yes, we are in that stage of whereby we're growing organically to try and see that we can get where we want, and the fan base will continue growing. If you check our social media platforms, I think we're the most active club in terms of all the social media platforms, let it be Twitter, let it be Facebook, Instagram, you name it. Because that is first the attachment, because everything now is digital marketing. But definitely you can also see in terms of what we have laid as a club, in terms of our trademark, in terms of our branding, in terms of our uniform. It's an image that is very, very attractive to the fans. whereby tomorrow you'll see fans calling up and saying, you know what, we want your T-shirt, we want this, or the merchandise that we're going to propel. But all that comes in at a later stage when we have a collective source of sponsors as well coming on, because you cannot do this on your own. And the image is the start, the brand is the first, and then other people will come in to chip in as well.
Yeah. How would you recruit players to? Because I think you don't have the academy.
Not yet.
How would you recruit such talents to showcase their skills on the pitch?
First of all, we have a very good technical team that goes out and to scout. But the future is definitely to have an academy, and that's where we're heading. And with the academy, it's going to give us that perception of understanding where you can groom a player of your own and try to show, because you're getting these mature players, sometimes they do not give you what you want, but the younger players coming in will give you exactly what you want, because you're teaching them, you're showing them, they're learning at the same time, and they will produce what you want. So definitely academy is paramount, and that's where we should be targeting, and all the futsal clubs are looking at that as a perspective. But also that will give us a little bit of financial income, because when you have a good brand, definitely the parents or the academy will boost for sure to see what your attachment it is to your brand. Yeah.
As a growing sport, what are the success stories of the futsal, especially at Kisenyi?
At Kisenyi, first I can give it as a general perspective in terms of futsal in the country. We have come from a very, very long way, or a long journey, if you have read through what we've gone through. But to get to where we've just got the first sponsor into the futsal game as Bet Power coming in, and that shows you that we have been spotted, and it shows you that we have grown. For that perspective, it shows you that it's a long journey. It's not been easy. We're looking at 7 years without a sponsor. So coming in now and giving in locker room bonuses to the players, we're having a lot of attraction in terms of media with you people as journalists talking about this, but also showing that, now we're being listened, or we're being heard. So now it comes to that with the aspect of Kisenyi, probably in the community is what I can talk about. And we've had a very large community where I come from, the Somali community. They're very peace-loving people, and actually sports is a very high aspect in them. And it is the only community right now that has accepted and inherited futsal, whereby we have several tournaments, several leagues in the clubs. We have almost 12 clubs registered in the senior team. And then there's the second division to also have almost 12 clubs. Then we also have the junior leagues. And then the retired legends, or we call the legends in our community, who also play. So you're looking plus minus 500 players in there. With the fan base, you're talking about every game close to 500 people to come in to watch. So this also comes through a guidance from Futsal Association Uganda, which has been the stepping stone for the community, which has appreciated and taken up this year. So it has played a very, very big impact. And this goes to the chairman and the secretary and the whole Federation of Futsal to prospectively put an effort in whatever we've been doing in the community as well. So yeah, it has gone very far.
I have seen different clubs in football, even other sports like basketball, boxing.
Yes.
There's women clubs. Yes. Are you planning at Kisenyi to have a women team for futsal?
Yes, definitely it has to go there, because first of all, these are regulations. Kisenyi is going to be also a stepping stone for all the talent as well. But women football or women games is getting a lot of attention now, and it's also for them as well. Not all people will be journalists, not all people will be professional players, but it becomes also a source of income for them as well. You get it? So definitely that will be the direction also we're going to be taking, because it's also going to open up doors for the women to come in and also have a very good cultural differences and what to put through.
I believe that you're more informed more than me when it comes to the development of players and the transfers in terms of futsal. Is there a chance where futsal players can go to Europe or somewhere like those developed leagues already? Is there a possible way? If there is no, how can we do that and maybe get the connections to go for pro, compete in top tournaments and get them earning some good money?
What has actually happened, first of all, you have to build your grassroots.
Yeah.
That's the first thing. By building your grassroots, it must be attractive. And that's what we've been doing. We've been growing organically in futsal, locally in the country. We've not yet spread the game across the whole country. We're still concentrated in Kampala. But they just concluded African Cup of Nations, which was held in Morocco. The chairman was there actually. Yeah, Hamza Junju was there in Morocco. He watched and saw what is actually happening. And the level they are in, we are not yet ready or matured enough to get there. But we are not also badly off. If it comes to Eastern Central Africa, I think so far we are leading. Apart from
in terms of developing
the game, because we have a very competitive league. Yeah. We also have a very elegant way of adapting the game. We've been playing on the real turf of futsal, and also the attraction of how we've been branding as an entity. We're everywhere, so it has given calls because we've got players. We have some Ugandan players who play an entire league in Italy. I've forgotten his name, and he's willing to come in to play for the national team, which is the Nile Cranes. So getting into the clubs you're talking about, first they have to see what you're doing. Definitely we'll open those channels when the right time comes, because you want a player who is fully categorized and mature enough to understand what is required. You don't want to go and take a half-baked player and dump him into a foreign country.
And at the end of the day, he will be back.
And at the end of the day, he comes back. Not even 6 months or 1 year, the player is back. So you want to groom them young, and that will give the opening. Although we have one young player who was playing in the under-14 league of Uganda. That young boy now has been taken up by a team in Ireland. I think a team in Ireland.
It was in South Africa first.
South Africa first, and then now he's been taken to Ireland, and he's going to be playing in the under-14. Yet he's an under-12. You could see what that shows you we're already getting news somewhere, and it shows you that there is something going on.
Actually, there's players like Travis Muchaba, Ivan Mbabazi, Saidi Mayanja, Mugisha in Denmark.
All of them shows you that there is a touch. But remember, your question was to the futsal club. So once we have that connection and them seeing the attachment of these futsal players playing in this national league to showcase this into that texture, definitely those doors will open up for sure. But the choice will always still be if this player wants to play 11 aside or if this player wants to stay in futsal. Yeah.
As an ex-member of FAO, what are the administrative goals?
Yeah, we've had so many things put into place. So far, we're already trying to realize so many of them. For the goals that we want to achieve, definitely it has to be played in and around the country. That's the main target, to go to the schools, to go to the universities.
Recently, I saw the young referees,
yes,
the capacity building.
The capacity building, we're already getting them very young so that they can now end up officiating this under-17 games that we're going to be having, so that they understand the pressure that is going to come with it. But it's a learning process, and that's the whole aspect. So we've had the refereeing association of futsal to come in and help them, teach them and show them, because we do have now professional referees in our box to show what needs to be done about the futsal game. So definitely we have a lot of achievements. That's why you see we have under-14, under 17 that is coming up, the Women League that we're also going to bring up, the under 14 women. All that is a blend, and we're going to spread the sport everywhere in the country.
Yeah, most of the top players in the Europe and everywhere, the top players in the world, they have been through futsal.
Yes.
As futsal, many players have come, played the league, maybe 1 or 2 seasons. They go to 11 aside games. What are the plans to have the young kids to make sure that they play the futsal, and maybe the clubs also gain them when they leave these clubs or the academies to the top professional football?
First of all, we are a FIFA member under the regulations of football, and we are guided by the laws that govern football in this country. So, first of all, the most important thing is being connected onto the FIFA Connect system, which is going to happen, whereby the efforts you see that these clubs have put in raising up very, very good players into the national league. Players like Bebe Cool's son, who was playing for KFC. There was a young Kiza also, who was playing for KCC as well. You must have what comes back to Park or what comes back to any other club or Kisenyi or any other player that goes through. So with the FIFA Connect system, what will happen is once our players are registered, definitely there's going to be remunerations to be given back to them or solace for the input that club has put in. Because when a transfer is already registered and you must request, the Connect system will see the trickle down from where the compensation will come in. So that is the way to go, and that's where we're heading. And these are regulations that are governed, and it's going to be official. It is something not hidden, and this is where it's going to save our clubs also, not to undermine, whereby a big club comes in to take up and poach on your player, and you're getting nothing out of it. However much small it is, they have to pay. So that is where we're going, and that will grow in slowly until we reach where we want to reach. Yeah.
As we're about to wind up this show, in 5 years from now, if we all are alive and we get to have another interview, what are the story would you like to share for Kisenyi FC in the next 5 years?
Well, they say there's nothing impossible.
Yeah.
There's nothing impossible. The only impossible, as you said, is death, which we cannot control. And it's not you who decides. But I'm hoping that by the time we meet again for that 5-year interview, hopefully, maybe by then we'll be owning our own arena, whereby we'll have our own home games. And hopefully by then we would already be having a couple of cups under our belts as well. And to also showcase the development that we've done within that period of time. Yeah.
Yeah. To all stakeholders of the game of futsal, what are your last words to them? And maybe those who don't know the game of futsal, maybe you give a little bit of the image of the game.
First of all, as futsal, the game that they do not know maybe, first of all, it's football. It's played with the foot. It's 5 aside. There are just some rules that change in terms of a throw-in, where we call it a kick-in. And then it has accumulated fouls, and it's played each half 20 minutes. So it's very competitive, and it's a non-contact sport. Very entertaining, where you see players showcasing their skills and quite competitive. You'll see a lot of goals, which will keep you in a marathon. For that, it gives the fans to come and see our games are being played here at Old Kampala Futsal Arena. You can come there and always watch whenever the league games are on, and it will show you what you guys need to know. Definitely, this is the sport to be on, and it's going to grow year in, year out, and the fan base is getting bigger and bigger. And with that, for sure, you can also Google and first see before you come, so that you understand what you're coming to watch. But trust me, you will definitely enjoy whenever you're watching the game, for sure, yeah.
Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, really appreciate it, and kindly subscribe and enjoy this content. We all do, and we really appreciate also what you're doing. Thank you so much again.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Bya futsal mubiwulidde, muyinza okuba kati temukyalina bibuuzo mubuuza naye nga tujja kuba twongera okubayitira kumpi n'abantu abali mu muzannyo gwa futsal, tuzze tubalirako interviews ez'enjawulo, bachairman, abazannyi, ba owners b'amaclubs gano, tujja bayitira abantu bangi. Musubscribinge, mulayikinge, olina gw'oyagala okuba nga okyaza, osobola okuba nga tukukyaliza, osobola okuba nga omuteeka mu comments. Geoffrey Mugabi Junior gemanya, ene badde Sport Code, mbeere bulungi, mweraba.